Back in the saddle again. Week 2, it is start sits with your boy, the Maddie Daddy. You know my name, you know my style. All gas, no brakes. NFT draft week 2. How are we here? It just seems like the other day we were just starting, and I'm hitting you with some start sits. We're talking QBs, running backs, receivers, tight end. Next, let's go. Let's hit this hard and hit it fast. Let's start off with starts for quarterbacks. Who am I starting? Maddie Daddy has said Hurts last week. Everybody said Hurts. Give us a sleeper. Give us an under-the-radar guy. I'm going Baker Mayfield. You're talking about your Cleveland QB1 at 6 points. This is a bounce-back week after being embarrassed against those Kansas City football team week 1. He's got Houston on the docket. This is a team that gives up points to the quarterback. Mr. Baker had 321 yards last week. Yardage, completion percentage was not the problem. Touchdowns were. I expect there to be no problem with touchdowns. Cometh, overfloweth the cup for week 2. So give me Baker Mayfield. Give it to me now. Or what's that old song? The offspring? Give it to me, baby. Don't give me 16-point quarterback. You're sick at the quarterback position. Matty Ice, Atlanta QB1. 16 points? This guy couldn't score 7 points week 1. I'm not taking a chance. You'll notice with sits, even if it's a stud and they don't cook all the way, sometimes you have to be patient, but sometimes you just pump the brakes. And Matt Ryan and that Atlanta offense scared me week 1. I am not putting any of those guys up against Tampa Bay in week 2. QB 31 on the week last week. 7 points scored. This O-line is awful, and Tampa Bay came to play. No way, Jose. Not touching Matt Ryan. Let's go RBs, though, because RBs, some more yum-yums. Yum-yums. I liked what I saw from your Seattle RB1 in week 1. That's an 18-point play, but this guy did it all. 16 rushes, 91 yards, 3 catches, 27. Was missing some more of the sauce, but I expect him to hit it this week. And luckily, you know who they get to play? Tennessee. Oh, Tennessee. We thought we were going to have better defensive production from this team, but they let Arizona's RBs run wild, brother, week 1. So this is a guy who's a locked and loaded start for me. Pay the 18 points. Think he'll be a popular tournament play, kind of on the outside looking in. Still RB1 for me. Let's talk sits at the RB position. Oh, man, I'm about to get a headache. All this double trouble in Vegas. Everybody's, gambling in Vegas. The drinks are free. Overfloweth the cup. Again, 2 references of that. Something, it must be Friday. Yay. Dropping this on Saturday, though. Don't get too excited. Friday, we're gambling. I'm going to gamble on Las Vegas, and they're going to ride my pine. We just saw the news that Jacob's out Sunday. Everybody's thinking you fire up Kenyan Drake. Kenyan Drake is a role player. He's a complimentary piece. 48% target share week 1. This is not a guy I see taking the full workload. And if you're starting an RB1 that costs 20 points, you want the full workload. I don't expect it from Drake. We heard Gruden at the press conference talking up Barber. This is going to be a split backfield. Like I said, 48% snap share last week. Both ways around it. I don't see enough production, especially when you got to roll up and play Pittsburgh week 2. No way, Jose. But let's talk some tight ends. Tight ends, baby. I gave you this one last week, and I'm going to keep riding it. From Los Angeles, tight end 1 at 10 points. 10 points? That's all this guy costs is. You're getting away with murder, baby. You're robbing them. Robbing them blind with tight end 1, Tyler Higbee, 10-point card. This guy had a 28% target share, 3rd on the pecking order. This is a guy I want, and he did not come off the field. I repeat, did not come off the field. This week he walks into playing Indianapolis. Indianapolis just got abused by Gerald Everett and Will Disley. That's 2 Seattle tight ends just had their way with this football team. I expect Los Angeles to open a can of whoop-ass week 2 at the tight end position. I could see Higbee being a top 5 play even. That's how hype I am on this guy. Guy I'm not hype on, after a good, solid week 1, Maddie Daddy, you're playing with fire here. But Philly tight end 1 at 16 points. Look, He played good last week. That was last week against Atlanta. San Francisco's coming in this week with a vengeance. I don't feel like Philadelphia is going to be able to play catch-up. I think this is going to be a closer game. I don't think Dallas Goedert is going to get fed like everybody thinks. But Maddie Daddy, the tight end too, for Philadelphia, Zach Ertz is nursing an injury. A nursery? Baby's on the mind. Can't get it off. Hey, first week in the books. Maddie Daddy's doing all right with this baby thing. It's like I've had a few. That's why they call me the Maddie Daddy. Yeah, first name Maddie, last name Daddy. Philadelphia tight ends, I'm not touching. Regardless of the tight ends too, hamstring injury. This is not a week I'm playing with fire, and I'm not ready to get burnt. So I'm sitting all of Philadelphia's tight ends. Get them off the field because I'm not playing them. Oh, Maddie, my boy. You know who I am playing? Let's go to the receiver position. Receiver. Attention. San Diego, wide receiver 2. I repeat, San Diego, wide receiver 2. Valued at 15 points. Please come in. I repeat, wide receiver 2. San Diego. San Diego, wide receiver 2. Might be the Los Angeles Chargers, wide receiver 2. Mike Williams, come on down. Do. Oh, Matty, best day of my life. I've always wanted to play for you. Put me in, coach. I'm just putting you in because this guy is dangerous. This guy, 12 targets, 82 yards week 1, 22 fantasy points. Oh. You know what we call that? Hot sauce. Hot sauce, because we're cooking. We are cooking with Crisco. We are playing with fire. And this is a matchup that screams yum yum. Mike Davis going up against Mike Williams. God, Mike Davis, get out of here. Not this show. Oh, man. Mike Williams, San Diego wide receiver 2, valued at 15 points. He's always had the ups. He's always had the touchdown sex appeal. And the receiving yards, he hasn't had the targets. Last week, he showed us the targets. He got 12 of them. So I have no doubt in my mind that this guy is going to ball this year in this matchup against Dallas. We know Dallas doesn't have a good defense, but they have a good offense. You put 2 high-powered offense, and you give San Diego's offensive line that's so improved, when you give Herbert, the QB for their team, enough time to pass, Mike Williams is going to be open every single play. I repeat, every single play. Mike Williams, fire him up. 15-point card. He is dangerous. Who's not dangerous, Maddie Daddy? Who are we not starting? San Francisco, wide receiver 2. 18-point card, Brandon Aiyuk. This was a cool thing because it reminded me of Street Fighter during the offseason. Aiyukin! But not week 2. No, Aiyukin! Let's just do Aiyukin a couple. Get it out of your system. Street Fighter, Mortal Kombat. Which one are you? I'm Mortal Kombat, but I do like Aiyukin. One more time. Just one. Okay, I can either do Aiyukins or I can dance. Your choice. You're supposed to say Aiyuk. All right, Brandon Aiyuk. Don't get cute this week, guys. We have heard coach speak. That's a big thing I'm worried about. All last couple weeks have been nothing but negative for Brandon Aiyuk. The coach has him in his doghouse. When you're in the doghouse, that's usually not a good sign. 29% snap share. That means the guy was on the field for a game that was out of reach. San Fran had to put up 41 points. And this guy only saw the field a fourth of the time. Give me a break, man. This is awful. So don't start Aiyuk. He was a darling of the offseason. We saw what he did last year. Kind of thought it was going to carry over to this year, but I'm not playing with this kind of danger. This is a guy you got to wait to see it happens more. I'd rather be wrong than right on this call. So if Aiyuk blows up, more power to him. That's another receiver we can start next week. But you don't want to take a dud this week. Big thing to affect, 29% snap share. Some of my favorite receivers have had little snap shares, but that doesn't make me trust them. Chase Claypool, that was him last year, his rookie year. But Ayuk's not a rookie. He's a second-year player. So 29% snap share just ain't going to cut it, especially when the team's putting up 41 points week 1 and you're not playing. What's up with that? I am not touching San Francisco wide receiver 2. Aiyuk! Bounce backs. Give me a couple bounce backs, Maddie Daddy. You did your starts, your sits, every position. Give me a bounce back player. Let's go 20-point card. Ezekiel Elliott is about to run wild on this Chargers team. I repeat, feed Zeke. He's hungry. Feed him cereal. Feed Zeke. Zeke's going to blow up. That's your RB1 for Dallas. 20 points cards. I'm going to have him locked in a bunch of lineups. I think this is a bounce back week. Like I said earlier, Seattle's RB1. Chris Carson. No, you got Penny out with an injury. Carroll likes to feed Chris Carson. RBs, don't get cute. Play those studs. Enjoy the ride. Hey, we had some good calls last week. Jamal Williams, Debo, some nice starts on the Maddie Daddy's parts. I also had some bad ones. I had some guys that showed up that I didn't expect. I didn't expect Tua to play great. He played okay. I didn't expect Swift to blow up. He did bad, but for the most part, I'd say about 80%. I'm on point and I'm in the zone. It's NFTDraft.io taking over the future of fantasy football. Lineups are open, guys. Go set those lineups. You see the link in the bottom of the YouTube thing. I am the Maddie Daddy at MattyDaddy Fantasy Football. Twitter, social media, MySpace. Swipe right. Pick the Maddie Daddy up. He is here to help you win with the upside. The risk is minimized, and I'm here to play. So NFT draft, the yum-yums, all gas, no break. It's time to roll. Week 2 is on point and in the zone. Till next week, it has been a pleasure. I bid you adieu, my treasure.